Okay, let's get into something wild and kind of adorable. The armadillo. You've probably seen pictures of these little armored mammals, but what's it really like to live life in a built-in tank? Stick around, because the armadillo's story might surprise you. First up, let's talk about those shells. Armadillos are basically the only mammals rocking a tough, bony armor. This isn't some cast-off Halloween costume. It's real bone, covered in keratin, the same stuff as your fingernails. It's like nature's version of medieval armor, and it's their main defense against predators. If a coyote tries to take a bite, that shell is like biting into a bowling ball. Game over. Now, armadillo life begins in a pretty cool way. Most species, especially the famous 9-banded armadillo, give birth to identical quadruplets. Seriously, 4 clones from one egg. Can you imagine having 3 identical siblings following you around everywhere? Wild. But even before that, Mom Armadillo has a trick up her sleeve. She can delay her pregnancy for months if conditions aren't right. Not enough food? Too cold? She just hits pause and waits until things look up. That's some next-level life planning. Once the babies are born, they start off with soft, leathery shells. Nothing like the tough armor of adults. It takes a few weeks of nursing and growing before their shells harden up. Until then, they're sticking close to Mom, burrowing in her den and learning how to dig for food. Speaking of food, armadillos are like nature's little excavators. With those strong claws, they dig up ants, termites, and all sorts of tasty bugs. Their nose is always twitching, sniffing out their next meal. And yes, sometimes they eat fruit or even the odd small reptile. But bugs are their go-to. Armadillos mostly come out at dawn and dusk, keeping a low profile. They're not about drama. They'd rather avoid predators by lying low or curling into a tight ball if things get dicey. Only some species, like the 3-banded armadillo, can fully roll up, but even the rest are tough nuts to crack. Now, here's a wild fact. Armadillos are champion swimmers. You'd never expect it, right? That heavy armor can actually help them walk along river bottoms. Or they gulp air so they float and paddle across like tiny armored boats. Add underwater explorer to their resume. As they grow, armadillos become pretty independent. By about 6 months, they head out on their own, digging burrows, foraging, and generally minding their own business. They can live up to 15 years in the wild. Pretty impressive for a critter that's always dodging cars and predators. But here's something to think about. Armadillos have been spreading north, showing up in places they've never been before. Climate change and habitat changes are giving them new opportunities, but it also means new challenges like traffic and habitat loss. So, next time you see a snapshot of an armadillo, remember, that little armored creature has a life full of adventure, survival hacks, and more than a few surprises. From their clone siblings to their tank-like shells, armadillos are proof that nature loves a good plot twist. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and stick around. There's a lot more awesome animal science just around the corner.